management is all about acquiring habits of excellence, so that you should totally forget that you could not manage your time properly in the past, and you should be more productive, more directed towards your work, so as to fulfill your ambitions more quicker than you thought that it would have been possible. Next thing is that how are we going to do it? It's really pretty elementary. You need to employ some basic tenets in your life, some basic changes in your life to manage your time efficiently. Now let's see what are those effective time management techniques. The first thing is eliminate the unnecessary. Means either professionally or personally, eliminating unnecessary things in your life make you go long way to become more productive. Why do I consider it unnecessary? Well, strictly speaking, anything that prevents you from reaching your particular goal. Suppose your goal is to clean your email box, or you need to reply some emails that you have received today, and you are wasting 45 minutes in Facebook. So this is what is unnecessary that you should not do. If your target is to clean your email box or reply your pending emails, then that should be your first target. Before that, you should not look to your Facebook account. Suppose if you have to meet a deadline in your work today, and you are wasting 25 minutes on phone calls, that is unnecessary or that is not required. So this is again unnecessary. So you have to create a firm distinction between what is necessary and what is unnecessary. Your firm determination towards necessary things and prioritizing your activities will definitely lead to meet your deadline and goals in time and on time. Next is plan your work or to-do list. If you are going for your work and you never know that what you are supposed to do or what targets you are going to accomplish today, then trust me, you are not going to accomplish anything in the entire day. So sit aside before you start your work. Spend 10 to 15 minutes on what all works you are going to accomplish in the entire day. These several minutes that you spend will help you to become more productive and manage your work more efficiently. After you know that what you are supposed to accomplish, then execute your plan. We cannot carry a lot of things in our mind. We know that we are supposed to do a lot of works in our entire day, but everything cannot be recalled just if we note down it in our mind. So you need a pen and paper to make the list of your work and note it down so that you can accomplish one after another, and at the end of the day you will feel really happy. Do the important tasks first. After you make a to-do list, prioritize your work. The work that is most urgent in nature and that you have to accomplish, that is the requirement of your organization or your own requirement, try to finish it first. So that at the end of the day, you may at least realize that I have succeeded in doing my priority work. Even though you cannot complete the entire to-do list, at least you will be happy that I could complete the most prioritized work that I have planned in the day. Next is stick to a schedule. Schedule for a week, for a month, or for 2 months or 3 months or 3 to 4 days. Now what do we mean by that? It means reserving your entire time slots with planned activities and events. Doing this will keep you always focused and more efficient and ensure that you are always on top of things and not wasting time on wondering what to do next. But we all are humans and we know that things cannot go 100% as we want them to go. So even if you deviate a little from your schedule, plan some unplanned activities that you can do in your leisure time so that you can make yourself rejuvenate and you can refresh yourself and recharge yourself for the next task. The next thing is that we should know what things to say no. It is unusual to have too many commitments. We can have too many commitments in our life, but it is really unrealistic to devote our time to each and every commitment. Because if we take too many works at a time, we may do injustice to some of the important tasks that is really important for you or for your organization or for your life. So we should know to say no to the tasks that are not very important or the task that is going to interfere your priority work. Group similar tasks together. When you have several tasks at a time and you have to identify the tasks that simulates each other so that you group them together and you can finish all the tasks at one time. It would be a lot more efficient to batch them together in different groups. Next is keep meetings to a minimum. It does not mean that you should avoid attending meeting, but the meeting you are attending should be focused, should be target oriented and should not waste your time. Just attending meetings throughout the day will make lot of time consumed of yours. That in turn will lead to again piling of work. Next is multitasking. Multitasking really sounds very good that yes, you are a multitasker, you can do a lot of work at a time. But sometimes you don't possess the talent of being multitask and it's not necessary also. Do one work at a time, that too with a lot of perfectionism. It means that whether you are the type of a multitasking person or you are not a multitasking person, don't bother trying lot of works doing at a time. I have seen many people to prove themselves that they are multitasking, they take lot of work and they cannot do even a single work effectively at a time. So this in turn brings lot of discouragement. So taking multiple projects and starting with multiple projects and ending with not even a single project will really make you distracted, disoriented and unproductive. So if you are multitasking, it's a great thing. But if you cannot take a lot of tasks together and cannot do justice to it, so avoid multitasking. But one thing you must remember, that you should know that when you have to multitask. For example, you are the only person working there and you have a lot of responsibilities. So it's very important that you fulfill your responsibilities in an organization. So sometimes it's good to be multitasking, but at the same time you should learn to work in a team and you should divide your work as far as possible so that all the work can be completed in a stipulated time and at the same time you can do a multitasking work with a good teamwork. Try to reduce interruptions when you are doing some important thing. For example, if you are doing something very important and you have to finish it by the end of the day and some of your colleagues or some of your teammates just ask you to do something else or to go for a tea or to just chit chat, then you have to avoid that thing because you won't be able to finish your work at proper time if you won't avoid interruptions. So if your person approaches you, then you have to be polite. So that if he or she asks you for some work, you can say that, sure we can do that, but right now I have to finish this work. We will take care of your work later on. So that you can make that person happy also and you can finish your work also in proper time. Immerse yourself in your work. Take a deep dive into your work. It means that find a quiet place, sit in a comfortable chair, put on some music if you can work with music to block the outside noise or you can work silently also. Close all the other browser tabs if you are working in a computer, just focus on what you are doing. Put your phone on silent, put it away and go to your work. Direct all of your attention and energy to the work in your hand. Immerse deep into it. It's just you and your work. Nothing else should matter and nothing else outside in the world should exist at that point of time. Make use of your idle time. We have sometimes idle time in our hands. It's not exactly idle. It's like we are waiting for something. We are waiting for a doctor's appointment. We are standing in a queue. 10 to 20 minutes times are there. So we should utilize that times. It may be a 10-minute time, a 20-minute time or a 30-minute time. If we have some work pending, we can utilize that time for that. For example, we can see some educational video, we can plan something for our work, how to go for it, we can plan some events accordingly. In that spare time, we can make some ideas, we can brainstorm ourselves to get ideas to how to proceed for our work, or we can watch some educational videos in that spare time. Always keep a timesheet with you. It's similar to to-do list or just jotting down your important events or activities that you need to fulfill in a week's time or in a day's time or in a month's time. The most important thing that you should take care is to avoid your time wasters. Now what are the time wasters? You should know for that. If you have a lot of time wasters with you, even if you feel you are doing something but you are not being productive, these include anything not directly related to your task but commonly including social media, email, gaming, WhatsApp, chat and a lot of other things. Socializing is good, but spending a lot of time only in social media will really take you out from your productivity and your efficiency. For example, if you really want to be socially active in social media, you can have a look to your social accounts. You can have a look to your Facebooks once or twice or thrice a day, but not the entire day. You can give answers to your WhatsApp messages or your other chats, or your want to Google something. You can do after finishing your work or in your leisure time. And at the end, take care of yourself. A well-rested and healthy you will be definitely more productive. Friends, now that you have learned the best time management tips, it's time to put those things into your work. But most importantly, you have to be curious and open-minded. Rearranging your entire working process to improve your time management looks to be not a simple task, but it's not difficult as well. You can definitely do it, and doing so will make you more efficient, productive, and ultimately a more healthy individual. Friends, it's well said that time isn't the main thing, it is the only thing. The key to time management is to see value of every moment. Thank you so much for your time and attention.